I was trying my best not to stay with them too long, cause like I'm still in the back of my head worried that somebody's gonna report me for teaming. So, yeah, I decided to swing away pretty much very soon. Oh, actually not yet. Okay, cool. Oh. What is up, Spiderman, bringing you another Fortnite episode, and for today it's gonna be currently of chapter 3 season 1, I believe. This is where like the debut of like Spiderman and all that stuff, so it's if you're watching this, and yeah, as of today and the recording, I'm still in the current season, you know, where Spider-Man was released with like the Daily Bugle and all that stuff. But yeah, I decided to land like in the outskirts, and this is around the time where it's like week 1 or week 2 of the season, and it's a bit different, I would have to say, because like, you know, normally as like my preferred choice of playing is like always using shotguns because I love tacs and like, you know, at least a pump if tacs aren't available. But for this season, for some reason, I just don't prefer the shotguns. I just feel like they're too slow, and you know, even though you could hit them pretty easily, it's just, you know, with not pretty easily, but like they hit it for heavy, it's just too slow for me, and the reload, and it screwed me over. Nonetheless, though, there's some people right there underneath the little cabin, and I just wanted to just shoot them straight off the bat right here. But just pointing out that, of course, with every Fortnite episode, whenever you see something with a different angle, if it repeats, it's just to show it from a different perspective. So yeah, just always have to point that out. But yeah, I'm gonna kill this dude right here, because I killed one person so far, and yes, I do have the crown because the game before I had one, and that's kill number 2 right there. Alright, cool. Unless I missed another kill, I don't recall, but hopefully I am keeping track alright. But yeah, for this season, I would say shotguns, it's a bit bizarre to say it's not for me for this season. It's like I said, the auto shotgun and then the striker shotgun, they're just too slow for me. I can't do it. Like, I thought it was bad at the primal season with the primal shotgun. It's similar, but they're not the same. I do think that the auto shotgun's better than the primal shotgun. They're similar in function, but regardless, I just, at this point, I use the Stinger as my shotgun, as for short range, and then the MK, which is surprisingly better. It's like the best gun in the game, where it's the, you know, like when you're playing Call of Duty, there's the little red visor thing, and it hits on target, and it's an amazing gun. So really love that. I really do. It's such an amazing weapon. But yeah, so as of right now, I'm like getting all these materials and such, and I think you're gonna see another person go up in a little bit. Just keep your eyes somewhat in the bottom left coming up. I think at the moment, I don't remember what stinger I have, but I definitely do have a stinger. Must be better than green. But yeah, there's a guy right underneath right there, and I hear him. I'm pretty sure it's a bot of some kind. So, you know, just, here we go, I just spray him with the stinger. You're gonna see a lot of these, and that's kill number 3. And then just in the top of the hill, like, I hear him, so I was trying to hide to the bush to heal myself. And this guy drops down, and he actually hits me. I don't know if it's because I'm wearing the yellow jersey and he sees me clearly or something like that, but I'm a bit surprised that he ended up hitting me. I don't know. I know that yellow isn't the best camouflage, but it's whatever, especially when I'm surrounded by snow. So in a little bit, you're gonna see a different perspective, just as I was saying. I just wanted to reload there and shoot him off. And he threw some fireflies, even though he was way too close to me to do that. So yeah, it was a bit odd. Regardless, yeah, this is the other perspective when he shot me over. You might have saw him at the top of the hill. He probably heard the and he killed the other dude, and he went over to pick up like the scraps, I would say, or like just pick off like the bones of the leftover. You know, he probably thought I was wounded. That was alright. But yeah, like right here, just get ready, and you see him trying to figure out what to do or reload or something, but he wasn't ready because I just ran up on him. And yes, and I wanted to emote, but then like for some reason the snow just caught on fire. You know, just forget about logic. But yeah, like I said, this was like either week 1 or week 2, and I already had 5 wins at that point, which is pretty good considering in the beginning of the match. But you know, I think currently is like week probably 8, almost 8. So it's like one of those weeks, 7 or 8. So yeah, I was pretty far in. Maybe it's not even close to that. It's probably like week 5 or 6. I don't recall. But for those that are really active on the game, I know people that are nearing getting 30 crown victory royales. I don't really, like around that period of time, like I was trying to get as much as possible because this was new and I really liked it. But then over time I was like, it's whatever. Like I let people have crowns instead of me. I'm like, hey, you could take it. And then they won like back-to-back games. I'm like, well, I would have got those points, but it's fine. I think at this point I have like 18 or 20 as of the time of recording. And like I do have times where I do play for long periods of time or whatever, but for the most part I would say I played like less than 4 hours, 2 hours sometimes. Just for the safe assumption, let's just say it's 4 hours, like almost every day. Like, you know, if I have something to do, like, you know, edit a video or upload a video at night, then more likely I'm not going to be playing that day on Fortnite. But I used to play a lot more often, but like I said, around this time I definitely was. But regardless, the storm was picking off, and the circle wasn't too far, but I decided to take a truck anyway because I didn't want to, I don't know, my health was getting down there, and I did pick off a med kit. I'm pretty sure I have a blue stinger. I didn't want to say it before because like if I didn't have the blue stinger, then you know, it would have been a spoiler alert, because that's something that I do remember in my head that I ended up getting. But I do like this match. In case you're wondering what the soccer skin, it's Australia flag. I only picked it because, like, I don't know, I think it looked cool, and like something about it. I like the little dot matrix with like the black coming off through the yellow. It looks really, really cool. It's like kind of fade-ish, so I think it looks really sick. But yeah, I decided to take a med kit here for obvious reasons, and I wanted to get some good old fireflies while I'm at it. What else? There's something else to it. Like, they added sliding, and I decided to use this like recording, even though I have older footage that I would like to share. I wanted to do this one because I feel like it's pretty special, I would say. And I don't know, I guess I don't have an actual rhyme or reason. Like, I feel like I should put this video before the other ones. Like, I'll save the older footage for another day. But I really wanted to put something that's like Spider-Man related, because we're, you know, with the Spider-Man gloves available, the Webshooters, you're gonna see that everywhere, and I wanted to introduce that here. So pretty much, I don't really have too much gas in that truck, so what I wanted to do is drive to the next gas station, which is over here. And yeah, like I just had to go drive there, and I had like a whole thought process of like going there, pumping gas, and moves over to the circle because it's pushing a little bit more, and I wanted to rotate because I knew there would be people nearby. And yeah, this crystal I got, and it's not gonna move. But if you listen closely, you could hear somebody swinging with the webs, and I was trying to see who it was, but it's this person right here. And yeah, for the different perspectives of other people, I only picked a few. I didn't pick all that many. I'm so unclear on how I should run this thing, but I put the minimal characters. I didn't put every single person. Like, I could easily did like the first 3 kills that I did, but I took off because he was really close and I knew he would spot me. So There he goes, he's shooting at me, and that's pretty much the last we see of that person. I don't know what happened, I just assume he died, but there's another person nearby, and he's about to start a battle. But that's okay, it's we're not gonna get into that. I don't know, like I said, if you guys wanted to show all the people that are related towards me in the game, I would put it in the video. But that's probably the only last thing that's relevant about, you know, him towards me. So that's kind of why I did it. Like I said, I'm kind of experimental with that whole thing, trying to figure out which players I should put in. Obviously I'll put in my perspective, but for another person's perspective, you shall see. I'm still kind of awaiting, like I would need like people's feedback. I like outside of highlights, obviously, because I know people like highlights or top 10s or something like that. What would you prefer for this format of video? Would you want like a whole bunch of perspectives on players? Like I'm not gonna put every single person, but would you want people that I would kill, or someone that's gonna be like the final four? But regardless, like this right here, this guy is extremely special because like he sees me over there, and then I start honking at him, and then he honks back, and we just got along. In my head, I'm all thinking I'll just keep beeping, and then you know when he beep back, I'm all like, well, this is fun. So I kept doing it. And I was a tiny bit worried because like I was really low on gas because that web shooter person didn't let me pump a full tank load of gas. So yeah, I ran out. So I just gave a mini. I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't like jump me, not that like, you know, I parked somewhere. But you know, I threw the mini, I ran off, and I just kept running straight, and I didn't want to look back, because if I did, I feel like he would have shot back or something. So I didn't want to intimidate him, I guess, in a way. Just wanted to show that I'm friendly. But he showed up and he arrived, and this is what happened in his perspective when I threw the mini. Like, he got out of the truck, he looked at the mini, then he looked at the truck and realizes that I didn't have any gas. And he tries to get my attention, but I never turned around, like I said. I just had a full-ass Simba moment. But he was nice enough to give me a ride. This guy's name is Odd Lobster, and there's like, you know, some random numbers at the end of that title. But for the most part, I'll just call him Odd Lobster. And what he wanted to do is drive me over to the gas station because he needs gas as well. I don't know what's going on with the gas prices these days, but the gas is too expensive, or maybe it's not filling our tanks enough. But god damn it, regardless, I don't know why he like doesn't have anything inside his helmet. It's just like a helmet. Are you Sleepy Hollow? Like, what happened to the inside of you? Like, are you actually an Odd Lobster? Like, are you just like a lobster inside of that like suit? Like what's going on? But yeah, he tries to introduce me to my new car, my new truck right here, and he saw like, oh, get on over. He's like, I could put gas in it, and I try to go as close as possible without hitting him. Like I tried so hard not to like completely wreck his shit with this car, because I didn't want to betray him. And you know, from the history of the channel, you've seen some betrayals, like some people that I made friends with that just, you know, wanted to backstab me, and then like for other people that I got along with that I ended up getting reported from somebody else for teaming. And then now this, you know, and then we're just still honking back and forth, and I think it's really cool. I really like this. So if Odd Lobster, if you're watching, this is I like this. So I'm gonna try to add you. I looked up the username and I will do that. But meanwhile, there's a guy shooting at us and we're like honking like crazy, and there's somebody in front of me. So well, actually no, there's no person in front of me. But from what I've seen on the map, there is people that are closing in the area because the final circle is arriving around the islands. And I was so close to hitting him, like I almost smacked him with the truck because he web slinged almost towards it. But it's okay. Anyway, I go across the bridge, and now those people that I'm talking about, I don't know if it's the same guy, but there's like 2 people in front of the truck now. And I need to show this replay off because it's pretty cool, because when I hit him with the truck, he slightly kind of got on it. Like, he didn't take as much damage as I would like. I don't know. But I shoot this guy. I think that's kill number 4. I feel like I lost count somewhere. I could swear I had like a certain number of kills. And maybe I just got it wrong, but I don't know if you saw that. That first person I hit with the car went inside that truck, because you'll see him right here popping out trying to spray on the truck, but then I sprayed at him. I think that's kill number 5. I feel like I don't know my numbers anymore, but regardless, he got out. I don't think he realized that he hijacked, and not really hijacked, but stole away on his side of the truck. But yeah, I ended up shooting at the other person, and you know, we're still hanging out, and I got the web shooters, and I wanted to rotate out there. I was trying my best not to stay with them too long, cause like I'm still in the back of my head worried that somebody's gonna report me for teaming. So yeah, I decided to swing away pretty much very soon. Oh, actually not yet. Okay, cool. Oh God! Shit, I don't know if you saw that, but here's a replay of that. But he's okay. He lived. Imagine if he just fully died. That would have been horrible. Oh my God, that would have been horrible. But yeah. So this is my perspective. I know I showed this 3 times, but like from the first time, I just wanted to show that off just so it'd be this dramatic effect of my friend dying or something like that. But no, he was all right. So I decided to web sling towards this person wherever he's at. He was a lot closer than I thought he was, but he decided to build up, and this is what Odd Lobster was doing at that time. He shot at the little wall thing. I, on the other hand, knew he was standing on the stairs, so that's why I shot it down. Tried to reload it while dodging. He hit me a few times, but I ended up hitting all my shots with that, and that's kill number 6, I think. I don't know, something about that, just I feel like I'm counting it wrong, but regardless, decided to web sling away, and there's not too many people left. And there's another guy right there. One inside the little cabin, and then the other one is outside into the water. I think the guy in the water though is a bot. And this guy right here is definitely a real person. But I decided to web sling on, and this guy's shooting at me, so I ended up using the MK on this person. Oh, this MK is so good. So good. But then he came out and started shooting at me, and then he blocks up. So I decided to throw a firefly, give us some time to burn, and then go around. This is what meanwhile it happened when he saw me on dry land and decided to shoot me from here. He only hit me a few times, but I think I hit him just as harder. Maybe he panicked or something. I think I tagged him 3 times. It didn't do as much damage. But this is what happened. I didn't even realize he escaped, but he definitely ran from that burned building, and me thinking he was still inside. It's okay. This is where he rotated to pretty much, and he is definitely an important player, which is why you see the perspective of him. Either way, Odd Lobster shows up kind of closer to the island, and he just, you know, decided to go through here, and he sees him actually swing by. And I didn't notice that at first, but yeah. As for this guy, there's a bot right here just stuck in the water. And I really hate that sometimes when people are in the water, it's a lot harder to shoot them because like the water surface doesn't register like the rest of the body. But yeah, here's me looking through the burned building, trying to see if I see any signs of life, because I definitely didn't get a kill there. Meanwhile, this guy's going up, Odd Lobster that is, because he's so convinced that there's a person inside the building still, that the guy that I was going after. So I don't know what that was about, but no, he's over here. He's underneath the bridge, trying to sneak up because he knows that we're there. He also sees Odd Lobster like putting together a build, which is why he's kind of slowly creeping up and sees this happening in front of him. But yeah. Back to my perspective, like I try to observe like the burnt tower, and then meanwhile, Odd Lobster thinks that the enemy is me. Like he sniped me, and I'm pretty sure he didn't see me fully well. Like I know I'm dressed in yellow, but once I got closer, he like chilled a little bit, so he didn't really decide to shoot me or anything. He was like, "Oh, it's you. Okay, my bad. I won't shoot you after all." Yeah, because I swung around because I'm all like, no, it's me, or whatever. So there's that. Look at the bottom right, though. I don't know if you saw that, but he slowly crawled under the builds. And Autopser might have noticed that, but here's his perspective when he was crawling under there. And meanwhile, that was happening, I was swinging around in circles going like, it's me, it's me. So yeah, that's what happened. And I think at some point, Lobster goes a little bit more down, and I think he realizes that the guy's underneath there, but here's a perspective. But he doesn't realize that there's nobody inside the house anymore, which is why he did random ass shots at the cabin across the water. But then he knows he's there because he probably heard a sound, or maybe he has sensory or something like that. That guy builds up, and then he tries to swing away. And there's a different perspective while he was shooting. Sorry for like the replay lag. It's definitely on the replays part. It tends to happen. Replay sometimes always messes up. But he tries to pursue him as he's web slinging away. And yeah, so here's the perspective while he's getting shot at. He's going towards the bush. And he needs to heal a little bit. So that's what he's going to do right here. He got a little bit lucky that he didn't have a Spiderman of his own, because he definitely would have pursued him, and it would have been a little bit differently. Because anybody with the web shooters always swings away, and they try to run away, and then they get rotation. So, you know, to fix that, the other person has to get the web shooters as well. But yeah, so I don't know if you'll notice it, but there was at one point that you might have saw the builds to the right. This is my perspective while he was pursuing that guy. I was going over here and I heard some shots, and I don't think I made it to kill this person, but one of them was fighting each other, and I think they ended up winning because there's the loot right there. And so I built, and I wanted to get a bunch of kills because like I was just bloodthirsty, I guess. You know, the whole time when I was winning with the crown wins, I ended up getting 5, and I kept looking for kills onward and onward. So I was a lot more of a different player than I used to be, because I usually always trying to play it safe, and I didn't want to do that. But while I was running away, I didn't realize that player kind of tagged him a little bit, so that's probably why he didn't end up chasing me. But I really needed to heal, so I went underneath the bridge, kind of close to Odd Lobster. On purpose, because you know I knew there was less people there and that he was there pretty much, but at the same time not on purpose to go like, oh, I'll just go right here because I knew he was there, and more so because I was underneath the bridge on the side that has less people. But he did hear someone was under the bridge, and then he barely noticed it was me. He was like, oh, it's you again. I mean, we gotta stop running into each other, dude. Like, goddamn. Yeah, he shot me a little bit, and he was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just let you be again. So, I tried to web sling back. I have no idea what this player was doing this whole time. He must have, like, looted a little bit, but I tried to burn him. And then, like, I tried to shoot him off. He was, like, literally one shot. And I didn't end up finishing him. Actually, somebody else did. Somebody that you might have seen tag them before. But this is what Odd Lobster was doing at the time. He was crossing the bridge. He sees me on the right, trying to see if who was I attacking. Because the whole time he's just trying to catch up with the web shooters or whatnot. Make sure that there's nothing behind us, because the storm is cutting it off a little bit. The circle is definitely getting smaller. Meanwhile, this guy that was hiding underneath the build sees me burning the thing, and he ends up getting the kill. I'm like, bruh, he stole the kill. So I was a bit upset by that. I didn't really pursue him because I didn't even know where the shots came from. I knew it was somewhere at the top right-ish, but yeah. Anyway, I think I put a different perspective here. Yeah. So while he was running, this is pretty much what happened. He saw this happen, and this is his first person perspective, or kind of, I don't know what you call it. Because the whole time after he healed, he traced along the wall, and he's trying to act sneaky. And I find this so funny because he was waiting there thinking that he's completely fine, right? What you don't know is that Odd Lobster sees this man from a mile away, so he's like slowly crawling up. And he goes up to him, like, you see him right there? Oh man. Yeah, I felt really bad because as soon as he turns, he's like, oh shoot! And then yeah, he ends up dying. So that wasn't really the best angle, so here's the angle from it again. That wasn't even better actually, but we'll see it from his perspective. I just wanted to show it from like a few different angles because I could have definitely made it better, but you guys get the point. Anyway, after my kill was stolen, I tried to go towards the supply drop, and also I had to heal a little bit. I don't remember if I got shot or anything, but regardless, I do believe it's pretty much one-on-one at this point. I'm pretty sure at this point, this is when Odd Lobster ended up killing the last person. So it's actually me versus Odd Lobster. The thing that I wanted to for so long with the matchup, you know, with the friend betrayal, I wanted him to be like a 1v1, you know, friend versus friend type of thing. And then the same thing with like with Classmiss. I feel like I'm saying that name wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Classmiss. I don't know why I really want to call him Clay, but from the other guy until I got reported. But either way, it's definitely one-on-one. I didn't think it was Odd Lobster, but it definitely is. Meanwhile, he's like drinking shield and spraying himself with med mist. I was worried that he was gone. I thought for sure they killed him, but he actually survived. I don't know if it's thanks to me. I might have saved him from when the guy was entering the truck and he could have shot the truck or whatever, and there was another person that blew up the truck. And he might have saved me too because, you know, who knows? You know, he was definitely there as well. But he sees me, and he didn't pull any punches. Like, we didn't like duck down or anything. So he's the one that actually did the first shot. But he sees me swinging around, having fun with Spider-Man. So there's that. I'm still trying to look for him. But he spotted me first. So again, he has the Webshooters, so he's gonna go up towards me, and then we're gonna begin our match, which is really interesting. So he starts building up first, and I'm like, hey, Odd Lobster, is that you? No way, you live, dude? So there's that going on. So I started ducking down, I'm like, no way, ah! So we immediately start fighting. I'm like, oh shit, I guess we're fighting now, alright. I feel like this is okay. Like, I kind of am okay with this. Otherwise, I'm glad he didn't shoot me like when there was other people and didn't get betrayed. But luckily, I ended up winning. I kind of feel bad at the same time. I'm glad at least he was the last person, you know, to fight against. And now I got my 5th win to my 6th win. So that is pretty much it for the matchup. Thank you guys for watching. White Tigers and Dragons to you, and you've been Scarp of the Night. I'm out.